Hello again, Con here. Another deck profile, but this one is one that I did not that long ago. You might recall it. I'll drop the link below. The branded Thunder Dragon deck profile that I did. Kind of sucked, to be honest. It wasn't too bad. It was a fairly decent deck. It did compete very well. But he just wasn't able to get those wins in as consistently as what I'd like it to. I've observed what I've been going against, tried to pay a bit more attention and try and think more about what will work better against it. So this is an updated branded Thunder deck profile that I'm going to go through with you. Obviously main, extra and side. After I've gone through the deck, I'm actually then just going to go through a couple of things that I did want to put in, but then decided it's probably not going to work as well as what I think it is, or it's just going to clog it up. Now, this is a 44 card main deck, so it's a little bit more than what I like to play. I like to stick at 40 as much as possible. With this, kind of did need to go over that 40 mark a little bit, but we managed to get it down to 44. If you have any suggestions or anything that you think would go well into this deck, or just any feedback on the deck itself, I would greatly appreciate it. Please leave that in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, give it a like. And also subscribe. I'm trying to post as much content as I can, as frequently as I can. Being an adult that works full time, quite difficult. Also playing. It's part of the fun of it. But yeah, let's get straight into it. So yeah, as I said, 44 card main deck. Bit of a weird one, but starting off, 3 Albaz. You have to have 3. Well, you don't have to have 3. You can go to 2 if you like, and yeah, just play at that. I do want the consistency, so I do like to have the 3. We then have 3 Aluba. If you're not playing Albaz at 3, you most certainly have to play Aluba at 3. Aluba must be played at 3. You want that consistency going into any matchup that you go against. Then got 3 Branded Fusion. See, you don't need to say anymore. Then got 2 Blazing Cartesia. Now that I've managed to get my hands on a full playset of these, I can toy around with having 2 or 3. Expensive card. Got a Quem. We finally got a Quem. But yeah, got a Guided Quem. Threw that in there. It really does help a lot going into a lot of the fusions. Then we have a Branded Lost, a Branded in White, and a Branded in Red. Now, I'm not playing Branded Opening. Do not get me wrong, Branded Opening is a very good card. However, I don't have 3 copies of it, and I know that 3 is the ideal one. 2 would also be ideal, but I don't even have 2 copies, I just have 1. And I don't like to buy cardboard, I like to trade cardboard. So, yeah, that's why I only have 1 copy of it, because no one seems to have a copy of it. And also it is Yu-Gi-Oh! The trading card game, not Yu-Gi-Oh! Spend money card game. Anyway, rant over. Then got a Mercuria, a Tragedy, and an Albion. I did originally have the Albion at 3 and the Tragedy at 2, but again, I'm trying to keep this as close to 40 as I possibly can. And having the extra ones in there, it was just too much of a deck, and I wasn't seeing anything useful as and when I needed it. Then got a Foolish Burial, and then everyone's favourite dick move, Nightmare. We did get his hands on the Gimmick Puppet. Whether we keep this in or not is a different matter, because I don't like playing like a dick. But Snake Eye is still what gets played a lot at my locals. Yeah, that, or people play stuff that locks me out of being able to play my own cards anyway. So if they can do it to me, why can't I do it to them? But yeah, so that's the branded part of the lineup. Quite simple, quite generic for most of it. Onto the Thunder Dragons. So we then got the 3 OG Thunders. Why not? Then we have 1 Raw, 1 Dark, and 1 Hawk. I think 1 of each is fine. You can go to 2 Dark and 2 Raw as well, but again, I want to keep the deck volume low, so I decided just to go with the 1 of each, and 1 of each has been perfectly fine. Best normal summon for the Thunder lineup, to be quite honest myself, is the Wolf. And then 1 Thunder Dragon Fusion. Again, I was toying around at 2 for this. Decided just to go with the 1. Because you can search it off Dark. It's, yeah, you don't, not much more needs to be said with it really. Then for the last bits, I'm not going to split these up, I'm just going to go through it. Got 1 Libellion and then 1 Saronir. 2 Imperms, just in case. 1 Instant and 1 Ready Fusion. We've then got 3 Droplets, 3 Talents, and then finally managing to get a hold of a playset of these, which was a good trade. I managed to get a playset of these and a couple of other bits for a QCR crossout. But yeah, Super Poly, fantastic card. And funnily enough as well, with the decks that I do go against and the boards that they do set up, Super Poly is going to be one of the best board breakers I can think of. And they'll just clear them off. Genuinely, it would work so well. Onto the extra deck. 2 of the Albion. 2 Mirror Jade. 1 Colossus and then 1 Titan. I mean, obviously Colossus just stops him from searching. Titan is just, well, yeah. Then got 1 Kaminari Attack. This is our instant fusion and our ready fusion target. Because we can use this to go into the, remembering rightly, it's a Titan. It is a Titan. Because its alternate summon condition is by by banishing a face-up fusion monster on the field and then a fusion monster from hand. So this is our target. It's at level 5 normal, so both of those can use it. And got an Entis, just more for the Centigrave pop effect. Then got 1 Libellion, 1 Rinbrum, 1 Titanic Lad, and then 1 Sanctifier. It's going to get hit on the ban list in August. Yeah, it kind of has to, because it is busted, especially for the gimmick lock. But that doesn't come out until August, so we've still got some time to play around with it. Last, we've got a Masquerade, and then we've got a Mud Dragon and a Garuru for the Super Poly targets. Playtesting with this deck has been quite good, actually. It's not been too bad, but there may be some room for improvements. But yeah, so side deck. Well, just before going to the side deck, I do say it in the other ones, in the other profiles, this side deck is built around what I go against. It's not a generic side deck. It's not something that will work against in every locals. This is just to balance out what I go against at my own locals. Make your side deck suitable to what you play against, not what other people play. So we've got 3 Ghost Mourner. I think it's brilliant, especially when they're getting like a load of big bodies out on the board and then they're summoning them off, like they're tributing them off straight away. Like Snake Eyes, for example, you stick this on the Flamberge, they're not going to send that off. They will keep it there. They will get rid of it. Then got 3 Ghost Ogre. Now, this is normally for the Tenpai matchup because it works really well against it, but Tenpai, funnily enough, has not been seeing much play at my locals. I think one person tried it recently and it didn't work out for them because they couldn't quite understand how it works. And they also didn't have the Trident either. So yeah. Then we've got 2 Drewsworm along with the Magnet. I was gonna pop this at 1 Drewsworm, 1 Magnemite, and then 1 Baldrake, or even a second copy of Lebellion, but decided not to. For this next bit, it's a bit weird, because again, I got a lot of decks that rely purely on getting their spell cards off. If I can stop that from happening, it would be brilliant. So I decided to try and throw this in there because it's a little bit more consistent than having a single anti-spell. Got 2 Secret Village along with a Terraforming. I will leave a spellcaster on the field just to stop them from using spells. Like, hands down. I've got no problem with it because you can pop on. If you manage to get that off, you can then go into a Cartesia or a Quem, pop one of them, stick one of these on board, boom. They're not activating a spell. And if you wanted to throw in some effect veilers into your deck, go for it. Last 3, then got a Tikaboo, a DDG, and a Feather Duster, just in case. But yeah, that's the side deck done with. So a couple of bits I did think about putting into the deck, but ultimately decided against it. Just I didn't want to build up too much. I didn't want to put too much into it, and I was struggling to think of how consistently I could actually get the plays off. So I was going to put in an RDA and a Dark Magician. RDA, Red Dragon, Red Eyes and a Dark Magician. Go for the Dragoon plays, but I couldn't, like, through playtesting, when I put both of these in, I just could not get the value out of it. I think when I playtested it with probably like 20-30 hands, I was able to get Dragoon once. When I've been trying this deck out with these in, and it just was not worth it. To go with kind of most of it, and it could work, but again, it's like extra bodies in there I didn't want to have, but it does help get the Thunder players off. Very small chaos package, and I was going to throw in a Levianeer, but decided against it. You only need the white and black dragon. But yeah, I ultimately again decided to go against it. Didn't see much reason for it. I was going to pop in a couple of Thunder Dragon Matrix as well. Boost attack of one of your Thunder Dragons by discarding this for cost. And then if it's sent to grave, from field to grave or banished, you can add another one. It is a good card, don't get me wrong, but this works better in a pure Thunder lineup rather than a branded Thunder. So again, another decision that I ultimately decided against. Yeah, 3 Battle Fader. It's kind of stupid to do something like this. In all fairness, it's mean in every way, shape or form. So I didn't want to pop that in there. It just made no sense. I did also have the idea of just throwing in the trap tracks, but there was no. I didn't like until I put this in and then put some traps in there that I could use it for. But it's the cost of destroying a monster to set a normal trap. It just was not worth it for me. But yeah, so that's been our updated Branded Thunder profile. If you do like the video and you like the deck, or if you have any feedback, feel free to drop that below. I do appreciate any bit of feedback. I am also over on TikTok as well, sadly enough, where we're posting some like quick deck profiles and maybe some opening videos and stuff like that. I would like to try and do some opening videos at some point, but just obviously money, it's a thing that is needed for it, and it's expensive. But yeah, if you have any suggestions on ways to improve the deck, or even if you just want to tell me about your deck and what you go against, feel free to let me know. I'd love to hear what everyone else goes against and see if I can try and work something with that. But yeah, thank you ever so much for watching. I appreciate the support. Have a wonderful day. Peace.